Hey guys, and welcome back to Content is Profit. Today we're going to be talking about the secret to getting what you want, or in this case for content, landing either your dream collab or your dream customer. And there's a hint. It's not just on the talent. So on this podcast today, we're going to be talking about what most people get wrong after we're actually reacting to a very specific clip of this other show that is in our network, which is amazing. We're going to be talking about what's right about that clip. It's very short. We're going to watch it and listening together. We're going to be talking about your dream collab formula, or basically the framework on how to do these things so you can go ahead and apply it today and get some results. And we're gonna give you at the end a couple of examples, a couple that we've done, and recently a conversation that I had yesterday just on this. And we're gonna, role play a little bit on this topic. So I'm excited to dive in. And the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna react to this clip. So I'll share screen. Let's watch it together. This is shout out to My First Million Behind the Pod. These are these vlogs that they're doing where they're gonna go and before and after the interview with these incredible people, they do an experience. So similar to our vlog, maybe they saw our first vlog and they copied it. No, I'm kidding. But huge inspiration. And there's a section there that they're driving to the podcast location, and Sean is explaining kind of how they get these people. So that's what I'm about to watch. So roll the clip.
Left the basketball court and had to get ready for the podcast. Now, these podcasts don't just happen, right? We're going for the most successful, interesting people we could find, and those people happen to be pretty busy. So my secret weapon is my business partner, Ben. Ben's the connector. He's a guy who's great with people, and he's a hustler. He makes stuff happen. People don't really realize how relentless you have to be with follow-ups to make these podcasts happen.
24 emails on April 8th, the first email, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Took 9 follow-ups. Took 9 follow-ups to get a yes, and here we are. I said, hey Ryan, I can promise this will be one of the best conversations you've had. We'll come to your 6 a.m. game and I'll hit at least 1 3-pointer. Let me know. I just played basketball with Hayes Barnard. He said you're the man. Let's make this happen. Isaiah Collier looked good in Summer League. We should record a podcast. Let me know. And he said, hey Ben, happy to do it if you guys really come to 6 a.m. morning ball. Let's do it.
I feel like most people, nobody follows up 8 times. You know what I mean? No. People, even when they follow up, they follow up once, twice. And the key to Ben is Ben doesn't take it personal. It's as simple as that. They're busy. They get 1,000 emails a day. Even from those aren't like the most suave, finessed emails, right? Heard you hit a 3-pointer today. Would you like to do a podcast? All right, it's podcast time.
So, fun, incredible, awesome. In the studio and with our customers, we talk about the different layers of people that you can collaborate with. And again, this is more on the theme of the shows that we've done with the Pipeline platform and kind of bringing people into your world, into your content. How can we collaborate together so we can build a relationship that is beneficial for both? We've had people making 7 figures. Our show, crossed that line not so long ago because of this strategy. And there's so many others that are crossing their first 6 figures. This is how we personally made our first 6 figures with content. So this is why we feel so passionate about it. And a lot of the friction comes from who do I bring in, right? And maybe because of imposter syndrome, because maybe we're the first time creating a podcast, maybe because we don't feel as professional enough, we set a bar and then we're like, I cannot invite people that are above that bar, right? So we have level C influencers, level B, level A influencers. And for example, with My First Million, they bring in this specific example for this video was a Utah NBA team owners, right? So that's triple A level influencer. But here's the deal. There's a lot of people out there that are going to say yes to opportunities like that. And we know a lot of people that are like triple A level A that have very big businesses, and they make a point to go back and be a guest on anybody's podcast because it only takes one person to make that difference. So with that, right, we're going to be talking about what most people get wrong. So don't get discouraged. This is for you. This is a roadmap today on how you can invite people to collaborate. This is not just podcasts. This is any type of content, right? Like how do influencers collab on YouTube? How do you bring that person to to you. So what most people get wrong, number one, they send one message and then they give up. I see this all the time. It's like, okay, I sent them a DM and then they read it and they didn't respond. And we immediately assume that they're like, they don't want to talk to us. But maybe they read it because they are walking with somebody and they saw the message, they clicked and they're like, oh, I'm going to get back to it later. And then it never happens because, you know, life goes on. To me, it happens. It even happens with Fonzie. It happens with my own family. So we're busy. So continue to send those messages, right? They think follow-up is annoying. To who? So here's how I fight this one all the time in the sales environment, right? Like we're in a mastermind once, and this person said, as the audience, there was like 60 of us in this mastermind, and they were like, hey, do you believe that your product solves a problem? Right? We're going to say it in the sales environment, and we're going to with content, right? Do you believe that your product solves a problem? Do you believe that your product does good to the people that purchase it? And everybody there was like, absolutely. I mean, that's why we do what we do. Our product changed life. Our product makes this person, life easier. We provide incredible resources. By the way, you can go to the one-on-one challenge with Fonzie, bizros.co/monetize. Go ahead, take advantage of that. And then if you want to be part of the community, Business Creator Club. Sorry, businesscreator.club. There you go. At the time of this recording, it's like almost 8 p.m. and I'm exhausted, but here we are, committed to content. So he was asking that question. I was like, okay, well, then is that the service for you to not reach out to your dream customer, to not let people know about your thing? Because if you are helping them, if you're making their life better, they deserve to have your product. They deserve to have that experience, right? And I say the same thing. That blew our minds, by the way. Like, we're like, oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. Every single person needs our frameworks, needs our services, because it makes life easier. We speed up the process. We simplify everything. It's a turnkey type deal. That's what I was thinking back then, right? And it changed my perspective on reaching out, because I'm like, man, like, I'm here to help you, right? And until we don't hear an absolute no, where it's like, guys, like, leave me alone. Like, this is not for me. We do not stop. And I cannot tell you how many opportunities that come our way because of that simple thing. So it is not annoying. And then the other thing, obviously, with the content, the same thing. We might put that sticker of annoying to these messages. And the truth is, maybe they're not even looking at them. Like, I cannot tell you how many podcast pitches we get all the time from the outside. And again, like we pick and choose right now, which ones do we go on? Right now, we're just focusing on this, but there's some that we can, and they're mostly come from relationships that we build in our entrepreneurship. But pitches of people, of guests that want to come in our show, and they reach out once, they reach out twice, and then that's it, right? And we're like, man, the one or the couple people that have been made it, that made it, same thing. 9 outreaches. It's like, oh, I saw it. And then every single message was a little bit more casual. Anyways, we're going to go into the framework in just a bit. And the third one is they don't personalize or build any real connection. And this is very key, is like, especially all those agencies that pitch to all the podcast, they're not personal. It's copy and paste. We see all the messages, for example, that say, hey, I listened to your episode, copy title here. That's literally the same title. And it was hugely impactful. And for fun, there was a stage where I was sending a message back, be like, oh, that's awesome that you listened to the episode with Amy. What was your favorite part about it? And the messages stopped. This is probably an AI software. By the way, we were in another mastermind in Orlando with about 10 people. And one of the guys sitting there, he had a software that literally will scrape the web for podcasts that you will put in. It will scrape the episodes, and it will write an automatic email. AI will do it, that will send massively to all the shows to get you on those shows. Guess what? Great. I think like awesome, like great innovation. Cool. If you want to go that route, but I think connection, and especially if you want to build that profitable relationship on the back end, has to start the right way. It has to start like a real life connection, right? Somebody introduces you to someone else. Somebody makes that introduction. You get referred by somebody else. Maybe you reach out, be like, hey, very nice meeting you. You know, let me get you a coffee, like the 10 or 11 minute call that we talk about all the time. And then we do the content, right? And some of these things are built on not real connections. So make sure you do that. All right. So specifically on this clip right here, like we can go back. You can go back and rewatch it a little bit, but what are the elements that are right about that clip, right? Like number one is persistence without ego. Like these guys, like it took like 9 emails with like an NBA owner, right? 9 emails. Of course, they had to get the right email, right? But there's like no emotion behind it. Sean explains it is like, hey, I don't take it personal, man. Like maybe they don't even watch it, right? Maybe they don't even see it. Maybe they have a filter on their AI email inbox, right? Shout out Superhuman, that maybe it doesn't go through to them, right? It's just drive on how they can get these guests. And by like, I relate so much because over 600 episodes, we probably have had 500 guests. Only one person said no to us. And then we ended up interviewing, this was Alex Sharfin, a big mentor. And somebody else referred them to us. And it was incredible. We were able to get them. But every single person that we've reached out said yes, because there's a previous relationship, either in a mastermind, and even if it was a level AAA. At the end of the episode, I have a story for you of like a AAA of our industry on how we got them, right? The second point here is like a creative human outreach, right? Like for example, they say, I'll come to your 6 a.m. game and shoot a 3-pointer, right? Like that's memorable. That's different. Like that shows that they are, that they know something about this person and they're making it personable. In the story I'm sharing at the end of this episode, I'll tell you exactly how we did it with books, especially a lot of people that come to our world. You might be listening, you might want to interview an author or something. Like I'll show you how we did it with the book, right? And then social proof stacking. This this I love, right? Like, hey, I just played with so and so. That person that we're trying to invite relates to. So in our specific case, it will be like, hey, I just interviewed Tony Robbins. I would love to have you. Like somebody from their circle recommended you. They'll be like, oh, absolutely, right? At the end of every single episode, we ask our guests to be like, hey, now that you've experienced this, like who else can we reach out? We just interviewed somebody that is really amazing, is coming on Tuesday, Richmond Din, and he wrote a book called Tiny Challenge. And it's amazing. We've been executing on that. That's the one-on-one challenge. Spoiler alert. And Richmond is an incredible mastermind. He knows a lot of our customers, and we connected immediately right before the show. And then after the show, we asked him the question, like, who would you recommend now that you know the format? And he immediately had like 5 names off the top of his head of his level or higher that he's like, man, this will be a great fit for your show. So that's great. Social proof stacking, whether you do it inside, on your outreach, inside of your emails, on your phone calls. Hey, so-and-so came to the show. Hey, I know this person. Hey, I play soccer with this guy. Hey, so-and-so recommended you, right? That creates a link and then makes the yes a lot easier, right? And then the last one here is the pattern interrupting follow-ups. As simple as that, right? Like everybody's getting the same AI pitch, the same pitch online, right? Like not, hey, just checking in. This guy's kept a super casual one-liner. I love that. Personally, I do a lot of the invitations for collaborations over social media, and I literally send a video. Like I will record myself live, like on the messaging app, and I will send them that through Instagram, through X, like what's the platform that they're in, on LinkedIn, right? Depending, I'll be like, hey, dude, nice to officially meet you. They're like, what? Meet you? Yeah, on the internet. And so-and-so recommended. These people have been on the show. We've done more than 600 episodes. We're part of this network. I would love to have you on it. A lot of the audience would want to see your stuff and so on. And the conversation starts like that. I'm like, hey, I would love to invite you to a 11-minute call. They're like, 11-minute call? We talked about this, by the way, in a previous episode. And they're like, yeah, absolutely. Let's see if we're a fit for each other, right? And just keep it super casual, very different. What are some things that your ideal customer or your ideal guest loves, and how can we relate with messaging like that? So with that, what is the dream collab formula, right? Like this is the 4 steps that you need to take to be able to go and execute this. So step number one is having clarity on your Dream 100, right? And this comes from Amanda Holmes and the Ultimate Sales Machine. You guys know that we worked with them for a long time and we're like super fans. And Chet Holmes developed this strategy called the Dream 100. Like, what is the one relationship that can change everything for you in your business? What is that one person? And that's the list that you're building. It's like, how can we get to them? The podcast is a great way to be able to connect, create content on one side that is super valuable for your audience. And number two, develop that relationship with that person. So for us, was people inside of a mastermind that we were in, and that person introduces somebody else that were our ideal clients, right? And we're like, okay, how can we get to that? So who is your ideal client? Who is your ideal person to collaborate? Like, put them in writing. That is your Dream 100 list, right? Step number 2, craft a simple, friendly first message, right? Be like, hey, Luis, man, I heard from you. I heard from you sorry, my English is not very good looking today. So I heard of you from so-and-so that came to the show. Here's the link if you want to check it out. I would love to chat with you and see if you're a fit, if we are fit for each other. We would love to invite you to the podcast, for example, right? Or we would love to invite you to collaborate on a YouTube video. We would love to invite you to collaborate in an Instagram post, whatever type of content that you're creating. That's how we do it. Super casual, super simple. Forget AI. Be yourself. And like, what will you send to your brother? What will you send to your sister? What will you send to your best friend? What will you send to your husband, to your wife, right? Super simple. Number 3, stack the value and social proof. We'll repeat this over and over and over. What is relevant in their eyes? Like, what's in it for them? Like, what's relevant? What do they like? And then we connect that, and there's going to be some research that needs to be done. So for you to be able to do this, right? And if you are really developing this Dream 100 list, you're going to know exactly who is the person that's connected with who, what is the sport that they play? What is the company they worked on? For example, when we brought the Liquid Death company into the podcast, we connected on LinkedIn, and I saw that there was a connection in there on the sports side on Red Bull, and they didn't come to the show, but I personally worked with Red Bull way back in Venezuela, and Alejandro, one of the main managers in Venezuela, now it's in Europe, and I'm like, hey, so-and-so, by the way, like, I'm familiar with like these energy drinks. I host this show, but I'm lately addicted to your water. And I literally sent a picture of me drinking Liquid Death. I'm like, we would love for you to come to our show. And he was directing marketing for Liquid Death in Europe and talk about the marketing strategies that you guys are executing. And that was a little bit different, right? I'm just like, hey, we've already connected. We're talking to these people on these other brands, which we were not lying. And they were like, absolutely, let's go do it, right? So stack value and social proof. And then step number 4 is follow up like a pro, baby. So, keep it short, make it playful, make it useful, and then don't take it personally if they don't respond. Just continue. Maybe if email is not the way, or they're not responding on email, if this is really a person that can like deliver a ton of value to your audience in whatever medium, like, why not continue to do it, right? Like, let's say you have a community and they're like, Luis, we need you to bring this person to the show. We need you like to ask all these questions. We know that you can get them and you guys can do a really good job. First, I'll be very flattered. And second, I'll do everything I can to serve my audience, to serve the people in our community. So if you want us to bring somebody, put it in the comments or let us know. Send me an email, luisda, LUISDA @bistros.co with potential guests that we can bring. Or you can go to businesscreator.club and go to the archive and see that we've brought over 500 incredible entrepreneurs. All right. So quick recap so far, right? Obviously, we talk about what the clip did right. You can go ahead, persistence, creative outreach, social proof stacking. And then we talked about the dream formula, the dream collab formula, I guess we're calling it. So step number 1, clarity in your Dream 100. Step number 2, craft a simple, friendly first message. Step number 3, stack the value and social proof. And step number 4, follow up like a pro. Keep it short. Yep. Keep it short, make it playful, and don't take it personal, right? All right, so here's our experience, and I'll share a couple of stories here to wrap up, and like, how can you apply it, right? So around episode 40, we end up getting this incredible entrepreneur and marketer. His name is Todd Brown. He's like a legend in the space. And for us, it was like a god back then, right? Like this guy was charging 6 figures for like an hour of his time when it comes to consulting. And he was launching a book called the E5 Method. And I remember at the time, we didn't even have money to go buy the book. So we found a PDF online and we downloaded it. My brother printed it in the office and he was reading it like crazy, highlighting it, right? We're consuming this thing, we're learning. And he's like, man, like I wish we could bring Todd to the podcast and ask him all these questions, right? And he was saying this. I'm like, sure. And at the time, we were fighting this like imposter syndrome. This is like a brand new show, 40 episodes. We're doing like 3 a week. We're bringing like what in our eyes were like level C, level B influencers, but like Todd was like a level tier S, right? Like right there, right at the top. And that afternoon, we're scanning through social media and we see that he's going live on Instagram and then he posts a story. And then my brother, as soon as he sees it, he's like, man, he's on his phone, he's live, he just ended the thing. And then he takes a picture with the book all highlighted and he's like, hey, Todd, your book is amazing. We would love to have you on our podcast. And he posted it, tagged him, and then sent him a DM with a picture. And Todd, or their VA, I honestly think it was him. He responded back. He's like, hey, that's so awesome. By the way, like send me your address. We'll send you a book, right? Which was great. We have it here. That's incredible. And then immediately we're like, man, like we had him in there. We literally sent them another video. We didn't text. We literally hit the record button in the chat inside of Instagram. And we're like, hey, Todd, we're 2 brothers from Venezuela. This is a brand new show. We would love for you to be a part of it. We're doing it live on Facebook in front of our entire community. Do you want to be a part of it? He's like, dude, absolutely. Let's make it happen. And that was our episode 40. And we've rerun it a couple of times. Go check it out. Todd Brown, incredible marketer, incredible lessons. And then we spent a whole hour with him that we could have paid $100,000 to learn, because we were literally asked the questions that we wanted. And he was very generous with his time. We did amazing. And that was a glass ceiling of collabs that we broke that day for us. And we're like, hey, now we feel incredible. Let's go ask somebody. And that's how we ended up in HubSpot. That's how we ended up with every single guest that we did. I remember a coach of mine, shout out to Katie Richardson, incredible coach. And when I first met her was through a client that we had, and he was interviewing her and he was paying her a ton of money to be coach. And I'm like, man, like I resonate so much with her message and I really want to work with her one day. And it was until later that we connected through another guest of the show, and we invited her over, and same thing with her. We did the social proof stacking where we're like, hey, we brought this person, which Josh was one of them. Shout out to Josh 40 as well. And she's like, oh my God, all these people are super awesome in my community. Of course I want to go hang out with you guys. And we did. And we did the episode together, not just one, but multiple. And they ended up working with her for a couple of years, which was dream come true. She helped us break a bunch of stuff, make incredible decisions. I mean, she helped me navigate the acquisition of the studio. Anyways, lots of cool things happen because of this. Now, yesterday, this is the last story I'll tell you, and then you can take it and go execute and go crush, right? So yesterday we had another person from the studio she's also amazing coach. She's been, helping people transform their lives. She was very successful down south in Florida, and then she moved up here to like reinvigorate her life and like redo like her whole business. So she sold her shares in the business and came up here and I'm going to help other people. And part of that plan is the podcast. But recently she's been transitioning on Dream Climb. Be like, I really don't enjoy doing this part, and I'm transitioning to do this thing that I really love. And the messaging kind of was crashing and created a little bit of confusion. So we're like, hey, you know what? Let's pause this, right? And we had a call yesterday where she was explaining that she was going to go to this massive event with her dream customers, like, which are billionaires, right? Like, it's like, I'm like, Karen, like this is the best like opportunity for you to do this, right? Like those people, they see a podcast as something valuable, especially a podcast that is recording in a studio, which you do have. So use it as a social stacking, right? Like, hey, we've had these people, we have this done, we record in a studio, we like invest, we put a lot of money into this. So why don't you come here? And she's right now, at the time of this recording, she's right there executing on this strategy to bring her dream people into her world and collaborate over content that then becomes an opportunity. Anyways, I see this all the time, guys. I see like a lot of people are very, very scared to do that first outreach, to continue the follow-up, to, you know, they're like, oh, should I do a second or a third message? Oh, freaking out. Do it. Keep it casual. Keep it like you're talking to a friend. Make a joke out of it, right? Like, and at the end of the day, like if they say no, what's the worst that can happen? That you try again later. Do you try, hey, do you mind if I reach out in a year? Put it on your calendar, put it on your CRM, and then reach out again. Hey, I'm going to be bigger. Don't regret not coming to this show because it's going to be amazing, right? I try to go there. I try to throw ourselves on the bus all the time. People find it really funny. And when people smile and when people are laughing, then that's the way in, right? So anyways, hopefully today's episode was a little bit different. It gave you a little bit of a roadmap. Shout out to My First Million because they shut us out many, many times in their podcast. And this new vlog that they're doing is incredible. But anyways, go take advantage of this. If you got to this point on the podcast, thank you so much. Go to bistros.co/monetize for that one-on-one free challenge. It's 5 days, just about 20 minutes a day with Fonzie. We gain clarity on a strategy to go and create momentum and revenue with your content. And if you want to be a part of the Business Creator Club, go to businesscreator.club to join the community. With that, guys, thank you so much. And I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.